Hey there, welcome to Authentically Raw. I'm your host, Jamie Berris. In honor of Valentine's Day, we are talking love and relationships, specifically the relationship you have with yourself. I believe that the relationship you have with yourself is the most important relationship you ever will have. And I include that being the relationship you have with yourself and your creator all is one. And once we develop a healthy, strong, loving relationship with ourselves, guess what? Your relationship with, say, your body, your work, with money, with exercise, with substances, with other people, you have a relationship with everything in your life. It's how you perceive things, how you feel towards them. It is, what do you spend your money on? What do you spend your time on? What gifts do you give yourself? Do you give yourself the gift of rest? Or are you pushing yourself to the bone every day? These are all relationships, and it all begins with that internal relationship that we have with ourselves. So, I would love to dive in deep and look at what it means to have a healthy and loving relationship with yourself. So I believe that loving yourself is knowing your worth, knowing that you are already approved, you're already accepted, and you are already loved. These were the things that you were born with. You already have it. You already possess it. And it is up to us, not outside people, to develop and keep that love for ourselves. Because when we have that sense of love for ourselves, we are confident. We feel worthy and we feel valued without having to be dependent on other people to fill those voids inside of us. So not loving ourselves is, think of it as so many people walk around and are truly self-loathing, and I don't think that it's something that is thought of in our heads. Oh, I hate myself, I loathe myself, but it's there subconsciously, and we play it out in our attitudes and our behaviors and our actions. Maybe we are constantly striving in trying to overachieve, to prove our worth, to prove our value. We, work ourselves to the bone, and we end up trying to be responsible for other people. We take on their problems and emotions as our own to solve. We become codependent on other people to fill these voids inside of us. Because when we feel that we are worthy and we approve of ourselves, we love ourselves, we already are accepted of ourselves, we are not grappling for it from the outside world. So there's a healthy balance there of how we give of ourselves, how we serve, how we show up for other people. But it all starts inside of us. When we're healthy and strong emotionally, mentally, inside, then that is what we project outside of us. Are you a fixer? Do you dive in deep and try to fix and resolve other people's problems? And possibly you want to rescue or save people. That is actually an act of not loving ourselves. Loving ourselves is recognizing that we need to go inward. When we're seeking outward, trying to save, fix, and rescue other people, it's a sign that there are many things inside of us that we need to fix within. We need to save ourselves from. We need to rescue ourselves from. And think about your self-talk. Is it critical? Or is it self-loving? Do you empower and encourage yourself, or are you constantly calling yourself an idiot? Do you think more of your successes or your failures? Are you worried about rejection and an abandonment and how everyone else outside of you treats you? How do you treat yourself? Because if that's what's playing out in your mind, that's what's playing out in your life. It's not about if someone else rejects us. It's, are you rejecting yourself? It's not that person abandoned me. Did you abandon yourself? Did that person criticize you? Yeah, possibly. Maybe they did. And maybe somebody really did abandon you, or maybe someone really did reject you. But we don't need to be self-critical. We don't need to reject ourselves over it. We don't then need to abandon ourselves. We need to remain steadfast with our love and our approval and our acceptance from within. It always makes me think about compliments. For this, I think, is very true for a lot of people, but especially women. Can you take a compliment and really receive it and just say thank you? Or do you tend to devalue it, dumb it down, you don't accept it? Oh, this cheap shirt, I got it at blank on sale. Someone tells you, oh, you look great, your hair this, your body that, your makeup, whatever it is, a compliment. It could be on an achievement. It could be an act of kindness that you did. They just compliment you for it. Wow, your hard work paid off. Whatever it is, wherever you're receiving a compliment, can you just accept it with love and receive it and say, thank you? That is loving yourself. That is appreciating yourself. That is you showing you your value, your worth, because every single person on this earth has value. And think about it, if you were to create something and all it did was criticize and devalue itself, how would that make you feel? Probably pretty crappy. So why do we do that to ourselves? When we do this, it makes us feel pretty crappy, and that is what we project everywhere. I had a quote on Instagram a while back that a lot of people spoke to me about, and it is stuck in my head. And it basically said, stop chasing unavailable love. So my question for you is, where are you chasing unavailable love? First and foremost, we can feel fully loved by going inward. Once we do that, then we have so much love to give. We cannot give healthy love unless we have a healthy love for ourselves. When we are just bogged down with insecurity and shame and guilt and all these fears that hold us back, that is a soul and spirit crusher. And we stay stuck in disconnected, but mostly disconnected with ourselves. We are trying to go outside of us to receive love that first we have to fill within. Speaking back to Valentine's Day, I wonder, what are you focused on? Are you focused on, I hope this person does this for me. I hope this person gives this for me, because then I'm going to feel loved. Then I'm going to feel appreciated. Guess what? No matter what anyone does, says, gives to you, they can't make is the big thing, make you feel a certain way. They can't make you feel loved, because I could hand you a piece of paper, or I could hand you a big fat giant diamond ring. It's up to you to choose how you want to feel. Sure, what people say, what people they do, how they give of themselves to us or show up for us, support us, whatever it is, absolutely, it has an impact on us. But the impact is from within. We can choose to do whatever we want with it. We can look at the piece of paper and be so appreciative that someone took time to find the special piece of paper and give it to me. They were thinking of me. Wow, that makes me feel really loved inside. Again, you created that in you. You created that, not the other person. Or they could hand you this big, fat, giant diamond ring. Sure, oh, they must really love me. And you feel this, whatever sense it is inside, whether it's gratitude or love or deep appreciation, whatever that is. But you're choosing to feel that way, because you could also choose to think, oh, what? You don't think I could go buy this myself? You have to give it to me. I could have earned this, and I don't even like this. I don't even like diamonds. I like rubies. It is, and you could hate on them, right? You don't even love me because you don't know me. If you knew me, you would have bought me the ruby. Do you see where I'm going with this? I'm probably rambling, but hey, this is how it works. When we love ourselves, we don't try to be something we're not. We're authentic and we're true to ourselves. We just show up as who we are, and other people, the whole outside world, absolutely, they can make an impact on our feelings. But in the end, our feelings and our emotions stem from our own sense of self-love. So on this Valentine's Day, do what comes from your heart, and do it without trying to win over someone's love, without trying to win acceptance. Go inward. Approve, love, and accept yourself. If that love comes spilling out and causes you or makes you want to give of yourself in some way, or do something or say something to express that feeling of love that you have inside, do it. And on the receiving end, how other people feel about themselves inside, the level of self-love they have, that's all they're able to give. And when you're giving, are you giving with strings attached? Are you keeping score? Because when we give with strings attached or IOUs or keeping score, it is very manipulating. If I do this for you, then I expect this in return. That is strings attached. When we give from a pure place of love, we expect nothing in return. When we are keeping score, we are giving because we don't have something inside. And we do this and almost put this responsibility on other people. When you give back to me, similar to what I gave to you, then I will feel worthy and loved. It isn't anyone else's job but yours to develop this stuff inside of you. So no scorekeeping, no strings attached. And when you do that, do you really want to receive from a non-pure place from someone else because they feel a sense of duty or obligation to return similar or whatever it was that you gave? I don't. I would like love and people to freely come and freely go. It is a freedom thing. I don't want to feel controlled to have to do something for someone in order to win them over or to win their love or win their approval. That is unhealthy, and it's unhealthy for us to expect that too. So think about these things for Valentine's Day, and no, it is not selfish to love yourself first. It is the most selfless act out there, because when we have a healthy self-love, that is what we project. And that is a wonderful way to be loved and give love. Go, enjoy, do something wonderful for yourself today. Give yourself the gift of love, and you will automatically give the important people in your life huge, huge blessings and love. As always, I'm rooting for you. Be real, be raw, be authentic. Thank you so much for being here as we kick off this podcast together. I really appreciate you joining me on this journey because I'm well aware you could be doing or listening to anything right now. Hey, if you enjoy the Authentically Raw content, please support the show by following, rating, and reviewing on Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen. You can also follow me on social media for daily inspiration. Head over to my website, jamieberris.com, to sign up for weekly transformation tips. Or if you're interested in coaching, I currently have 3 openings for one-on-one coaching. If you're looking for an empowering community, we'd love for you to join us in the Transformation Tribe, our group coaching membership. More info available on my website under the Life Coaching and Membership tabs. One last thing, I'm rooting for you. Be real, be raw, be authentic.